We have a dangerous situation here. We have this number 12 copper spliced in with this aluminum, and it's going to a 50 amp subfeed. So this number 12 is fused at 50 amps, and you can see it goes up to that MC cable right there, and that white wire goes down to this neutral bar right here, and we'll follow it, and it comes up and it goes over to this fuse box, where the fuse box is being used as a junction box for one circuit. So we'll find a knockout we can open up here. I don't know if it goes this way or the other way. There it goes. I just love digging through stuff. Okay, make sure it's tight. So we'll put our 12-2 in here for our 20 amp circuit. Big enough to come up. Make sure we get it centered on our connector here. I love clawing through stuff. You can do fun and clawing through stuff. So I'm going to just dump that all out. Now I can get to stuff without having to dig through everything. I'll bring our Romex down a little bit so we don't have too much jacket in the box. So this is our 20 amp breaker, and we'll put it in our box. This is an Eaton. this out of our way here. We'll bring our ground wire up to our neutral bar. So we'll open up our screw terminal and put our ground up here. Make sure it's down in all the way. Now we'll get our white wire up to our neutral bar. Put it up here on the neutral bar. So we'll put it in our bowl, make sure it's in all the way. Make sure it's down in all the way. Make sure it's tight. Okay, so we'll bring our black wire over, we'll bring it down, and we'll bring it up to our breaker here. Leave it in the off position. Clip it. Strip with our number 12 hole. I really love losing tools. Thank you, Lord, for letting me lose that screwdriver. It was right in my hand 2 minutes ago. Now I have no clue where it is. So thank you, Lord, for letting me lose it. And I'll rejoice and be thankful for what I have. So I'll put our wire into our breaker here. Get our wire going in there nice and straight. like there's a knot there, so we're just going to pull it out before I ruin the staple, because I'm low on staples. I can't afford to be throwing them away. And so here we are, we're going nice and neatly over to this other box. So this is the number 12 we're taking off of the sub feed there. And we'll disconnect it from our neutral bar over here. And unfortunately, I don't have any electrical tape, so I'm going to be taping that. I'm going to look, and if I have it, I'll tape it up tonight, but if I don't, I don't. Don't complain about what you don't have. Just do it later. take this out of the fuse box here. And we'll put this into a junction box. So we're going to put this into a junction box down here. All that stuff. Twisted. Okay, we don't have any green screw for the ground wire. So we'll bring our other wire into here that goes out of this, and we have a plastic Romex connector in here. And we'll get it stapled up. I can find my hammer, but if I can't, you know what? I'm not getting upset. I just refuse to get upset and frustrated. And what does it do? Staple back in here. Get under our washer there. There's no threaded hole for a ground screw, so that's why I'm doing it with a washer. Make sure it's tight. Well, it's tight. I don't get awesome. You know what? I'm not going to fight. Okay, so you can't just twist your ground wires together. You have to put a wire nut on them or a crimp sleeve. Okay, our ground wire is on there nice and tight. So we'll push it back into our box here. And we'll tighten up our Romex connector here. Now we'll get our white and blacks together. So I'll get our copper even here at the end, insulation even at the bottom. Like that there. Get them perfectly even like that. Take our wire nut. Put it into our box. Now we'll do the same with our black wires. Make sure that they're the same length. Get our insulation even at the bottom and our copper even at the end. copper even at the end here, and our insulation even at the bottom like this. Make sure they're perfectly even like that. Take our wire nut, put it on, make sure our insulation is going into the bottom of the wire nut. We'll put our wires into our box here. Now we're ready to put a cover on this. We've got our wire all stapled up so it's nice and neat. Okay, so now I'm going to tape up where that live wire was, the one I cut. Get that all covered up. This is inside of a real large crimp here, so I can't open it up and take it out of the crimp. So I'm going to just tape it up really good. I don't know who put this in, but boy, I saw the red dot when I thought it was recording, and you know what? I just love that red dot. I just love to see that red dot. I gave it a kiss. It's my favorite color, my favorite red dot. So this, and I'm redoing this because I think I missed it and lost it, and I love losing stuff. I love losing videos and making junk. So I'm thankful I'm going to be able to do it again. It's right at the very end where I can just do it over again. Okay, so this is a Eaton breaker, and that does not quite seat in properly. See how that doesn't seat? So the one here on the right is a Square D Homeline, and this one's an Eaton. I'll turn them around so you can see the backs, so you can see how they're different and why it doesn't fit. So we're going to put our Square D Homeline in here. And see how that sits right in there the way it's supposed to. And now we'll put our black wire back onto our breaker. Make sure it's off. Make sure we don't get our insulation under the terminal there. We'll just tighten it up. Make sure our copper and our insulation is not under our pressure plate, and our copper is under the terminal the way it's supposed to. There's our Square D Homeline breaker we just installed. So this is a Square D Homeline cover here, and I'm just going to make sure our screws don't hit the wires. 1, 2. So now we can stick our cover back on. Make sure it's on there nice and tight. Alrighty, so that is how to properly install a new circuit that was and rewire it and connect it the proper way here in the country I was born in. Peace. Thanks for watching.